this girl is killing it with the handmade goods and selling them to the masses. So she turned really, I might slaughter this, but you're at a homeschool mom, came up with an idea, decided to turn it into a side hustle, and now here you are, 7 figures, making it all work, managing it with grace, and not feeling the overwhelm that comes with being a business owner and a maker. Honestly, I mean, everybody here is a maker, and I think that's kind of what we have in common. But I'm not going to take too much more time on introductions, but we are so excited to have you here, and thank you so much for joining us. And I guess let's just get started. So one of the things that I wanted Shannon to share with us, because as you know, as craftsmen and makers and small business owners or even side hustlers, we're coming into like peak season to be able to sell our goods. And I know that Shannon's got some really great nuggets of wisdom that she could share with us to kind of help manage that holiday hustle and the stress of all of it, but really make it impactful so that, we don't get through the holiday season and aren't like, man, I wish that would have went better, or I wish I would have been able to spend more time with my family, or fill in the blank with all of the things that always come up. So let's start with that, Shannon, and then I'm going to kind of let you lead the conversation otherwise, and we can answer questions and I'll help you manage that as well. But I think that's a really important topic for our group.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here, and I love that everyone is a maker. Um I was raised by makers. I didn't know it at the time, but my parents growing up, I traveled around. They were crafters, and so that's what we did. We traveled around craft shows all year selling Christmas ornaments. And so I totally get this lifestyle.
It's
It's
not
just
for the
it's
weak.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it's work for sure. It's work in your mind and it's physical work, and but it's so rewarding too. So yeah, so thank you. Um I I have so I could just talk, or if you want, I have like a little I could share my screen and show you some slides if that's helpful on some
I
things.
love that. Go ahead. We'd love that. And then Shannon, would you be willing to like share your slides with us, and then we can share them with the community once this is over so they can reference those for later, and for those that, just can't be here at 6 p.m. Mountain Time.
Absolutely. Yes, that's so great. I'm happy to do that.
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to just talk at everybody. If anyone has questions, definitely just ask away in the chat, and I'm happy to help however I can. That's why I'm here. Yeah, so I this is me and my family. I'm Shannon, and I have 4 kiddos. They're bigger than that picture shows now, but they're 8 through 15. And like Misty was saying, I'm a homeschool mom, and I'm the founder of Creative Crayons Workshop. I turned broken crayons into a successful business 8 years later. We're right now, October is our 8th year of business, and I'm just here to help you show like the tips and tricks I've learned along the way. And I just want to say that graphic at the bottom of the different places that my business has opened doors to is not at all to like hype myself up. It's just to really show you that it's possible for any of us to, have these national features, and handmade products belong everywhere, and people really love knowing who you are and the talent that you have. And so that's what I put that for, was just so that anything is possible, truly.
I love that you say that. I love that you say that you make that you that in your experience, even in a different lane of handmade goods, that people really appreciate you. They love that connection to you as the maker. We see that all the time in the leather community as well.
Yeah, it's the most special part, I think, is the connection with people. So yeah, never downplay that for sure. So this just shows you the crayons that we started with. I had a homeschool project that I fell backwards into business with, and we just transformed broken crayons into any kind of shape you can think of. That's where we started. And that led me to craft shows and festivals and different things, in-person events where I would lug all of the furniture out of my kitchen, like in that picture, and spend way too much time away from my family, but it was profitable and it helped grow my business, and it's a stepping stone that I'm very grateful for. And eventually I just couldn't do it anymore. And so a friend of mine suggested that I have a website. And so in 2020, I started a website, and one thing led to another, and now we have coloring tablecloths that we make of all different themes, and that's just a visual of us on the view this year, with our handmade products that we design and we manufacture and we ship and all of that. So it's a family effort, and then because we're a homeschool family, we wrangle lots of homeschool teens, and they are our shipping crew, and it's really fun. It's a fun give back to our community too. So
I love that. I didn't know that about you, that your little homeschool community is like your team.
yeah,
So
anytime you
cool.
need help, everybody calls their friends.
You know, we we feel ya. We employ most of our kids as friends as well. They're like, "Ooh, I need gas money. Let's go make hat bands." So they
Yeah,
do, and it's
yeah.
great.
Yes, especially in seasons like this when there's a huge fluctuation of, more sales, and you just need a seasonal employee. It's really great for stuff like that.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, so the three main things I was thinking I could talk about with you to help you optimize your sales. So first is optimizing your sales, whether you're in person or online, because I'm not really sure with this community if it's a half and half or more in person or whatever, but most everything that I'm going to say is helpful in both capacities. Um, so we'll talk about your purpose proximity, and then also like all the hype of the promos that are coming up in November and how I can help you there. I just want to point out in optimizing your sales, it's so important for us to remember that we are serving people and not selling them, because when we are confident in who we are and what we've made and how it will help serve somebody that we're talking to in the transaction of a sale, it just feels different. It feels authentic, and your people will just fall in love with you and your products even more when they can really feel that you're serving them and you're not just selling them.
I love that. I think sometimes there's a pressure, and anybody pipe in on this, but I mean, I'm not a maker. Let's just get that out in the open. But I appreciate the maker community in every aspect. And I think sometimes, especially as like a side hustle or a small business owner, there's a lot of pressure to sell, sell, sell. And so we kind of get wrapped up in the I've got to sell it, I've got to sell it, I've got to sell it mode, and we forget that we need to make those really kind of authentic connections with our buyer consumer community. And so just getting back in that serving rather than selling mindset, that's a great way to look at that. Serve, not sell. Because
Yes,
when you serve, you're going to sell, right?
yeah, completely. Yeah. Um, and then just when I talk about purpose proximity, I just mean working with the people that are around you and figuring out how you can collaborate and leverage the place that your feet stand, and how you can get the most out of that. And then, like I said, we'll talk about the November promos that our consumer the consumerism of America has created.
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay, so if I could give you, if you just walk away with one thing from this, it is emails. And emails are like your best friend. They are our best friend. And a lot of people are like, I don't want to do an email list. That's another thing. Why do I need an email list? And really the thinking behind it, and even the psychology behind it, is it's much harder to get a first time customer than it is to get a repeat customer. Because once you've had your product in their hands and they've experienced it and they've experienced you, it's much easier to serve them with the next holiday or the next occasion that rolls around. So if you can capture their emails at, your Christmas festival or whatever it is, then come Valentine's Day, you can send an email out reminding them about what you have to serve them for that next purpose. Um, so repeat sales are our friends, and emails help that.
I'm curious, everybody, how many of you, just by the raise of hand, are utilizing email as a marketing selling strategy? Anyone? 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 All right, we know what we're going to talk about next time.
Yeah, well, that's great. That means there's so much opportunity, right?
I love it. Yes.
Yeah, and there's so many free and inexpensive platforms that you can start with. It doesn't have to be an expense, and it doesn't have to be hard. It can be very simple, and it's just a way that of growing your business. It's just investing in your business with a little bit of time, really.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't have the email list and you're like, how am I going to get these people's emails? And incentivizing it is always really great and easy. Everybody loves a giveaway, especially when they're shopping for gifts at, a craft show or a fair or something. So you can always do something as simple as, like putting a clipboard out or however you want to gain it. But if you mention giveaway, like if you enter your email here for a giveaway, and then if you have social media, I don't know if you have social media because you don't have an email, but if you do, you can say you'll actually get 2 entries if you enter your email and then also tag us on your social media platform, because then you're getting double the exposure. Their friends all suddenly know about you from their posts that they made about your product, and they want to win the product that you have. So it's a win-win for you and your customer. All right, so like I was saying, talking about emails. Now, the simplest way, and it totally works, is pen and paper and a clipboard. And people, especially if you're in person and you're holding the clipboard and you show it to them and you kind of suggest it, like, hey, did you see that we have a giveaway on this wallet I have over here? Isn't it beautiful? If you sign up, you can enter, right? But if you are a little more tech friendly and you use something like Canva, they make these little QR codes that all you have to do is click it and it goes right onto your document, and all you do is print it on a piece of paper, and you can tell people to just scan it with their phones. If you already have your email set up, which I know I'm ahead, I'm sorry, but you just link it and it's all automatic, and then you don't have to do anything. But it's all to say both ways work. One is a little more work than the other, but both will benefit you.
It's worth it, is
It
what she's
is.
saying.
It really is. It takes time to grow it. But the momentum that it will grow for your business is truly invaluable. I mean, it really is. So, especially because you can create your own frenzy.
Yeah.
So,
I'm curious to know how many of you have done like a show where you like a craft fair or a farmer's market or a maker's market. Have any of you done an in-person event? Yes. Nick, I see your hand is up. Thank you for being on camera. I love seeing your faces. Anyways, I just curious to know who has actually done that.
yeah, I love in-person events because you get so much feedback from your customers as people are walking by, like, oh, I love that color, or oh, do you have that in this size? Like, if you really tune your ears in at an in-person event, all of a sudden you have so much to work with on what to offer your customers even more of. Something I wanted to say in optimizing your sales is that product bundles are a really easy way to do so. Because you can combine 2 products at a discount and increase your bottom line while also giving your customer, like, they're like, oh gosh, this is a deal I can't say no to. I get 2 gifts for half the price, or whatever it is that you want to offer. Never like sell your soul and not make a profit. but people love bundles, so that's an easy way. All right, sorry, I clicked, there we go. Another easy way to add um, increased revenue for your Christmas season is personalization and customization. And I saw this firsthand when I first started my business. I see it every day in my business now. I know because you guys work with leather, it might not seem as simple, but if there is any way, I found these images just to help inspire you. If there is any way that you can offer a letter or a name or something that will customize the product that you have, you can charge way more for it. The same product you already have, but maybe you're, like those little hearts, maybe you're just personalizing a portion of the product. You can charge more, and it's like it's everybody wants a unique gift, right, to give to somebody. And then if you're like, I'm not doing that, Shannon, that is like way too much time. A really simple hack: these cards right here with the necklaces on them. If you find like it's like cardstock. If you sold leather earrings, maybe on your cardstock, you could have pre-printed messages that are personalized. Like say you're selling at a show for Mother's Day, and you have all these earrings. Maybe it's a personalized card that says, Mom, I love you, or I don't know, something about a sister or an aunt or something. You can have those cards ready and put the earrings on them, and it's a easy hack to have something personalized and not actually have to do any more work because you just had it printed.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Shannon, I don't know if you already shared this, but isn't your personalized tablecloths like one of your biggest sellers?
Absolutely. Yes, hands down. And it was so when we just started with basic crayons, and then everybody wanted crayons in their kids' names. And then we started doing the coloring tablecloths, and I just started with the basic theme, like it was Halloween. So our very first one was a Halloween coloring tablecloth. And then people started emailing me. This is what I was saying about customer feedback. So even if you're not at an event and you do have an email list, people will start asking you questions like, oh, can you make this for me? So for me, it was, my son's actually having a dinosaur birthday party. Can you design one with dinosaurs on it and put his name and age on it? I had never done that. I had never thought of it, but I was like, absolutely, I can do that for you. And then it just grew. Like I just did that for everybody. And every time I would make a customization, I would then offer it to the masses. Like, oh, look, now we have dinosaur coloring tablecloths and we can put your kid's name on it, even though it wasn't my idea, but I was listening to my customers. So definitely lean into that.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about, which there is so much room for opportunity, is purposed proximity. And even like with this group, like where you are, you're all in a group together. And I don't know your rules, but if you're allowed to collaborate,
We encourage that. We're
yeah,
all about collaboration here. Yeah.
yes. And especially because you're in a group together, so there's a level of trust with one another, and you all offer something that's you can offer something that's similar, and you're still not in competition with one another. So my example here was like if you're at a festival and you're selling jellies and you notice the person next to you is selling cutting boards, well then maybe you should start talking about how you can work together to share your audience, right? So same thing with, your leatherworking community. Maybe one of you makes belts and the other one makes earrings. And when Mother's Day comes around, those are really great gifts for women. So maybe if you have your email list going by then, you could contact each other and say, hey, do you want to run a promo on my email list with your earrings? And will you run one on your email list with my belts? And all of a sudden you've doubled your audience, and everyone feels like they've been served so well because both audiences love leather accessories.
Yeah. A rising tide lifts all boats. It's
Yes.
one of my favorite quotes because it is so true. I think for a very long time in the leather industry and for years and years, it was very uh, we didn't share. We didn't share our knowledge. We didn't share our expertise. People would walk in and they'd, Nick, you know, they'd cover up the saddle. They'd throw a blanket over it and be like, don't you dare look at what I'm doing because you're my competitor. And that is such a narrow minded, um, I guess, mindset. And what I think what the community in the leather industry is starting to understand is that, man, the more you give, the more you get. It's just like this law of nature. Like if the more we work together, the more we all get out of it. Like I am such a fan of collaboration and trying to find ways to promote one another and help one another and talk about each other because it just makes, well, A, it makes my life easier because if you're going to talk about me, sweet. And I'm going to try to make your life easier too by talking about you. And so and it feels so good. It feels so good. And people see that out in the community as well. Your consumer audience is going to notice that. And they're going to immediately go, hey, like that's a really cool thing that Shannon's doing. Why is she working with that kind of parallel, maybe not direct competitor, but somebody in her industry that has a similar, maybe parallel product? But that's just so cool. People like, I think your trust
Mhm.
trust just goes way up. It
Yes.
just naturally, I think there are just so many awesome benefits from collaboration
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You're spot on with all of that. And if you don't want to do it, I was mentioning it like with emails, but if you don't have social media yet and you are like, okay, I'm gonna open a Facebook account or an Instagram account or whatever it is, a really good way to start growing that is by collaborating with people in your community on giveaways. And it doesn't, I'm not saying like give $100 purse away, like just it can be a $20 store credit. It's whatever you want, but if five of you collaborated on a giveaway for Christmas, because that's coming up, then and everybody starts sharing it, it's a really quick way to just get attention on what you're doing.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. Um, oh, this is more about, okay, so just utilizing your community. I guess I should have clicked my slide sooner. This is basically what I was just saying, whether it's on social media or in person or in your email, just basically like taking notice of who's around you and how you can help each other. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't like either of these things, but I participate because,
The world participates.
yes, they do. But I just want to say, like, you do not do something you're not comfortable with, like you don't have, because like people, your customers, everybody wants a good deal, right? But these are handmade products. So make sure it's worth your time, whatever you're offering. And there are ways that you can add value to your customer without like handing over a product and not having profit in return, because we're all here to make money. I mean, yes, we love what we do, but we're all here because it would be great to make money from it, right? We're not doing it for free. So some simple ideas, some of these are just online, but a lot of them can be whether it's online or in person. Free shipping is a really great, easy way. You can say, Black Friday, free shipping, Black Friday only, some people love, I mean, the Amazon culture has really made people kind of expect free shipping. I don't do free shipping on my stuff. I don't know. I'm like, it's worth it. If you want it, you can pay shipping. But when Black Friday comes around, like, hey, here's your time. If you want free shipping, it's today. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say another good, like a way to utilize free shipping and also increase that purchase price, I guess that whatever that I can,
The order
it's
value?
lost on me.
Yeah.
but is to offer free shipping after a certain price point, like after you've spent so much. So maybe it's like, if you're selling $350 bags or belts or whatever, you're not, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like after $100, everything after that is free shipping.
Yeah.
So you're not, if you're a little leery about that, maybe
Mhm.
shipping is a big deal and a big part of your bottom line. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
wouldn't
you're
be, but
exactly right. Yes, you're right. Some other ways to get around it if you don't want to do free shipping, you can say that like on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, and these are, well, I guess Cyber Monday wouldn't be in person, but you could do Black Friday sales in person at events, totally. Just because it's a buzzword. People love the buzzword, really. That's all it's about. You can say that the first 10 people to buy whatever you're offering get this free bonus thing. If you don't want to offer a physical product, you can always come up with something digital that you would create, like maybe you have a guide on how to take care of this leather bag that I really want to buy, but I'm afraid to because my kids are going to ruin it. They're going to spill juice on it. My cat's going to scratch it. But you're like, but I have the answer for that. I have this guide that will teach you how to care for this beautiful product and you get it free today when you make this purchase. And it's really not costing you anything but your time. Um, Exclusivity is a really great thing to offer on holidays like, Black Friday or Cyber Monday. First release of new products. Like if they buy this now, they'll be the first ones to know when you drop your next line of whatever it is. I don't know. People like that because people want to feel special. So they're like, really, I get to be the first one. And it's like, yes, you can be the first one. My audience loves a mystery box. I don't know what it is, but I can just, the way I actually use mystery boxes a lot to kind of move product that hasn't moved as fast as I was anticipating. And so I might say, one that I did a few weeks ago, I think it was like a mystery box with 4 products for $50. And so they don't know what they're getting, but I show ideas of what they could be getting, and they're like, I want to know what's inside, and it's such a good deal because normally these 4 products would be $150 and it's only 50 right now, and everybody goes crazy over it. So that's a really easy, fun promo you can do. And then the last promo that I mentioned was just having a numbered amount of like if you're offering a discount code, say, the first 40 people to buy on Black Friday get 30% off or whatever it is that you want to offer, because it gives people that like, oh, I got to buy now because if I don't, I'm going to miss that discount.
FOMO is a thing, people. Just exploit it all day.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
okay. I know it feels wrong, but just exploit the FOMO because they don't want to miss out on the deal, on the product, on the experience, like whatever that is. It works.
It
It
does. And as a
does.
maker, you have so much more leverage on FOMO because you truly are making a one of a kind product. There will never be an identical one to whatever it is because it's handmade, right? Like it might look the same, but it might have a little bit of a flaw or the color might be a little different. So you should really leverage that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and this is my favorite, because I think it gets lost in all the frenzy of like Black Friday and Cyber Monday and everything, but I love Small Business Saturday. That's my favorite because it really lets us connect with our customers. I never run a special. I never run anything free because this is just my own opinion and take on it, is that I'm Shannon Marie Bennett. This is the business that I've built for 8 years. This is my family. Here's my story. I appreciate so much that you are here on this journey with us. And I just want to thank you for continuing to be on this small business journey with us. And people, people really connect with that. And you can show glimpses of your journey like throughout the year or whatever it's been, just really sharing your story. Your story is only yours, and no one else will ever have it. So really just bringing people into that and celebrating it is something that's definitely worth considering.
I love that. At Illume with the magazine, I mean, that is exactly what we do every issue. Every month, we're celebrating stories. And and what I love about that, because I mean, the one thing that when we acquired the magazine and we went into this, like, okay, what are we going to do different? How can we make it better? And we just decided from the issue number one that we were going to feature everybody. We didn't care if you were a full blown LLC with 50 employees or just a mom that had a corner in a bedroom in her house that on occasion liked to do things in leather. And I think by sharing your story, or at least in my experience, it helps others see their story, your story in them. Like it inspires, it gives hope. It's like, so maybe tonight with Shannon's story, maybe you are a mom, or maybe you are a dad trying to turn this love of leathercraft into a thriving business. I don't know, but maybe you relate to that. And maybe, it just helps connect us all, and it helps with the inspiration. It helps with those moments when we're like, oh, this is too hard, or man, this is a lot of work, or but if you can read or hear or see about somebody that maybe has similarities to your own story, it's really, really, really inspiring to keep going.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm.
Um, Thank you. Thank you for
Yes,
that. That was
for sure.
great. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, hi, Brandon. Brandon's great. He's one of our Illume instructors, and he teaches at some of our live events as well, which it's so good to have you here. We're so glad to have you here, Brandon. Thank you. But does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Any um, thoughts, ideas, struggles, issues? I don't know, anything that came to mind as Shannon was kind of going through some of those tips that she shared.
I guess for me, so I just recently, I was in a store yesterday actually to look at a mall. It's a kind of a out west mall here in Sheridan. It has it just is a really cool place for a lot of tourists. Obviously, go in there, and I was in there looking for something else, and one of the managers came up to me and asked if I would. She knew that I did some leather, and she asked if I would consider putting a booth in, and I didn't really want a booth, and I said that's not no. I just kind of know right off the top, and she kind of kept after me, and she kind of gave me some really thoughts, some really good ideas about trying to move some of my product and in a way that I had never even considered, and actually came home last night and thought about it some more, and went back and talked to her again today, um, and I think I'm gonna maybe do that. And it was, I mean, it's coming up on Christmas time, and it wasn't really a direction I was thinking about going. But sometimes doors open for you, and you don't even really think about it, or you really don't anticipate them, um, and just having people like leather in Sheridan is a big deal, and there's just nobody that's doing it. I mean, yeah, you have the Kings that are doing stuff, and I know Ryan and the Kings very well, and they're great friends, and but for just knick-knack type stuff, it's just not. I guess this guy's just not there, and I didn't know that. So I guess that was kind of interesting for me to how things can kind of pop up. I have no idea what this is going to go or how it's going to work, but it was interesting to hear what you did and what you're doing, and if any thoughts or comments. I've never done a bazaar. I've never went to a show. I just everything I ever do is word of mouth. So
I think that is so exciting. And you obviously are very talented for someone to approach you. So I just think that's amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. When I did my very first pop-up, I did a barbecue festival with my handmade crayons, and someone approached me at the barbecue festival and asked if I would start selling in their store, and I just about fell over. So I get what you're saying, I completely get it. Um, so okay, so the first thing I think of is I would definitely be aware of whatever fees they're going to charge you, if it's a per month fee plus commission or whatever it is, because you don't want to be surprised by any of those things. Um,
We talked about those.
okay, that's great. Yeah. So you're on it. And then because it is coming up to Christmas, I would be thinking gifting, like what items do you make that are giftable? Um,
Get
are
your
you,
clipboard,
yeah,
start
definitely.
collecting emails.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, for sure. Because the people that love your stuff, they're going to want to hear from you again. Um, yeah. And then what sort of products do you make?
Mostly the thing that I mostly sell is the little wallets, the front pocket wallets.
Okay.
But I do some checkbooks, checkbook covers, just kind of some small items.
Okay.
Um,
So something,
I've done kind of messed around with keychains and this is one thing that's like anything that's cheap, um, people can pick up and walk out. This is what's going to pay your rent. It's like the rent's like I waste more money in a month than I would pay rent to be there. So, you know, it's just like earrings, little things that are just really, really cheap and easy to move. And then your bigger products like portfolios and bags and, my, like a mouse pad and some things like that I haven't made bags, but I've ordered like through makers the monthly stuff, and so I'm trying to get into some of that. Um, but that's kind of the smaller stuff is kind of what I'm working on.
okay. So just some things that instantly came to mind, and you can completely take or leave whatever I say. Um, the accessories that you're offering are really easy to pair with the card idea that I was talking about. If you had some cards printed that said, like if you're giving I mean, a lot of people buy wallets for their dad or grandpa, right? Coming up for gifting, that's like one of the first things people think of. So maybe something funny about, I don't know, I am not clever off the top of my head, but something about like, here's a wallet for when I spend all your money, dad, or something like silly that you can have on the card, and they pair it with the wallet. It makes it more appealing. If you were to personalize a letter, just one letter on your key rings, think of Wheel of Fortune, RSTLNE, like those are the most popular letters. You don't have to worry about those sitting around, like probably those will go. Um, you said earrings. Earrings is another really simple thing to do the card idea on, but yeah, those are all great stocking stuffers. So I say go for it. That is so exciting.
Yeah, so I recently, so the money thing is something fairly small, and I don't, it's not right here at my bench, but I actually ended up going on Amazon and buying a little teeny burlap sack that the wallet would fit inside, and it actually has a card with it, so I can
Mhm.
personalize the card. So you
Yeah,
buy it, it goes inside of a burlap sack, and that's how you get it.
that's
So yeah,
perfect.
I like that idea. I think it's all personalization, and
Hmm.
it adds a little, in my opinion, just adds a little class. So
Yes.
I love it. Um, Shannon, we have a couple questions. Are you good on time?
Yeah, I'm great.
Okay, so first one is how did you start your online store?
So I started on Etsy, which probably everybody here has heard of Etsy. Um, that's how I started. And I still have the same Etsy store today, but I also actually sell in three stores now. I started with Etsy, and then I moved to my own online store. And then I also started selling on Amazon Handmade, which is my least favorite platform. I don't recommend that one. But Etsy makes it so easy for a person to start. Now, you'll hear people say, like, oh, all the fees and it's so expensive. And there is a small investment, but it's like under 50 bucks to start a store. And the way that I look at the fees is an investment into my marketing because I don't have to do anything. Etsy does everything. You know, if you're on their platform and a customer goes on and types in leather flower earrings for mom, and you've set your Etsy store up properly, so there is a learning curve, but you can do it. Um, Etsy will help them discover you. You know, it's not like you're paying and having to learn all this marketing stuff. So I love Etsy for that. Um, and yeah, I that's how I started.
I love that. Um, let's see. So Kayla, she says, I'm new to leatherworking and being a mom. So how did you find and make time to work on a business, but also being there for your family?
Yeah, this is always a struggle. Because
Amen.
yeah, it is.
Mic drop. Done. Bye. No, just kidding.
Just because, you know, you think you have it down and then your kids' phases change, you know? So it's like you're always ebbing and flowing with this season of childhood for your kids. But they always, hopefully, most days they sleep, and you can always wake up early. And as much as that is really hard, if you just really believe in yourself and you really want to have this business to benefit your business and the freedom that you desire for your family, you can do it. You can find the time. There are time hacks. There's ways to batch. I'm sure you guys batch your products. Like you don't just make one pair of earrings at a time, you might make 20 at a time. It's the same thing with business. All of your social media and your emails and the things that I'm not trying to overwhelm you. I'm just saying, like, there are simple hacks to like not time suck.
Yeah, that's so great. Brandon, going back to Etsy, he says it's like 20 cents per listing for 3 months, and they only make money when you make money.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
Yeah, so that's nice. You're not paying money and not making money,
Yeah.
only when, yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
We've never done Etsy over here, so I don't know anything about Etsy other than I look at it.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
it's one of our best performing platforms. I love it. And I love that people know that there's a maker behind it. You know, they expect a real person to be making their product, which is a huge benefit.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's great as well. Um, well, any other comments? I thought, Braden, I thought you had asked a question, but it's gone now. Did you erase it? It's gone. Where'd it
I
go?
just, we were running low on time, so I was just thinking, as you've started and grown the business, maybe I guess a parting question would be, what's something you learned from your biggest failure, that could help somebody going forward?
So a few years ago, I almost lost my business. I went out on a limb and I had a product created out of my own design and I had it manufactured in China. And everything came across, I did pre-sales on everything. It was a huge success. And everything came into customs and I lost all of it. I lost all of the product. I lost all of the relationships I built. I had already invested that money into new product, and I had to pay everybody back. It was like a very scary, what the heck have I done? I'm going to sink the ship, you know?
Yeah.
And I just didn't give up. And I know that seems so cliche, but I really mean that. Like, I was envisioning us like homeless, you know? I'm like, what have I done to my family? But I just, when you're pressed against the wall like that, you have to get creative. Being a business owner means that you are a full-time problem solver. It doesn't matter what it is. There's a way in it, through it, around it, under it. And that's our job as a business owner to figure out how to solve the problem, how to stay afloat, how to keep serving our customers, and just how to keep growing.
Yeah. That was really good. I love it. Well, thank you, everybody. We're going to let Shannon go because what time zone are you in?
I'm in Central. It's
Okay, so
7:45.
it's not like,
It's not late.
okay, I mean, I still feel bad. It's like,
No.
what time should we do this thing? We've got East Coast, we got West Coast. Sometimes we have people in other countries, but anyways, so thank you
Can
so very
can I
much.
ask a quick question?
Oh, yeah.
If so, Shannon, I know Shannon because I also am in Tennessee. Anyway, but if people want to get a hold of you, because Shannon helps business owners, makers like you, build their businesses. If people want to get a hold of you, where can they get a hold of you or follow you or all the things?
So, okay, do you want me to just put it in the chat? So my website is my name, shannonmariebennett.com. So I'll do this. Shannon, thank you, April.
Of course.
She also has a podcast.
Yes, I love that thing. It is so
Uh,
fun.
I'm like, we'll just put all these credentials in, like once we get, because we'll repost this in our live event hub in the community, and anybody that wants to rewatch or didn't get the opportunity to watch will be able to watch this whenever on demand. And then we will pop all of this stuff in. We'll go get Shannon's slides because those were really great, just jam packed full of some really good, like no brainer kind of suggestions to help us through this upcoming holiday hustle. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. And thank you, everybody, for attending and asking questions and being part of the conversation. We just love being together as a community and look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
We'll see ya.
Shannon.